Yo, it's your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, back at you with a new video. Today is Saturday, January 6th, 2024, with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. Cash App, $ ORION NWSF, or the YouTube Super Chat right here. We got Saturday night action in the NFL, the Houston Texans versus the Indianapolis Colts. CJ Stroud versus Gardner Minshew at a chance to move on and to go to the playoffs. Someone is moving on. Someone is going home. AFC South. I can't wait. Let's get it, baby. And we're going to have kickoff here in about 10 minutes. I hope everyone is having a fantastic day. And then if you ended up watching a little bit of football early on, you got a chance to be able to see the Pittsburgh Steelers beat the Baltimore Ravens, who were pretty much sitting a majority of their players. It was definitely wet, a lot of injuries. Prayers up for TJ Watt, Deontay Johnson with a long bomb catch from Mason Rudolph. A lot of sloppy play. Najee Harris with a touchdown early, but it was pretty much the teams were running in mud and literally, and it was 7-7 until that long bomb to Deontay Johnson. So congratulations to the Pittsburgh Steelers. I don't want to say winning a meaningless game, since the Ravens were, sitting a lot of their starters, and obviously they had some injuries, but obviously their playoff hopes are hanging on, the hopes of others at this point. We don't think Pittsburgh is going to get in, but you never know. The NFL is crazy. The NFL is wild. You never know what kind of upsets that you may get. Hybrid in the building. What's good? Let's go, baby. Oh, baby. And on the left, your boy hit you with the CJ Stroud. And on the right, we got Jonathan Taylor. Now, obviously, if AR was quarterbacking, we'd have AR on the thumb. But that one took me a little while to get going. But I'm ready to go. Let's go. Sarah in the building. What's good? Thank you for helping share on the Twitter X side. And on the bright side, the Texans are missing out on quite a few of their wide receivers. So they're definitely going to be probably pounding the rock heavily with Devin Singletary. And if you can, you guys have definitely had some holes in your run defense. But if your run defense can, hold them to, 100 or less, I mean, as long as he's not going for like 150 and 3 touchdowns, I think you're okay. But there is a good chance that Singletary will hit, I think 80 to 105, somewhere in there, and possibly a touchdown. But we'll see what the Colts can do in response to that, with the injuries that CJ Stroud has to some of his wide receivers. So it'll probably be a dink and doink kind of game, a run-heavy type of game, and it'll be up to the Colts defense, specifically their run defense, to slow down Singletary. And if you slow down Singletary, CJ is going to have to throw it a little bit more, and that's when maybe the turnovers start to pop up, if there is any. So I'm ready. Let's go. Let's get to 100 and donos. Let's go, baby. And I had to try to find the best picture I could for your guys' background. And I think the thumb came out pretty well with your amazing background drop with the Colts. DJ Stroud on the left, Jonathan Taylor on the right. Let's go, baby. Let's go. My Buccaneers are going to be in the same position tomorrow against the Panthers. I'm in kind of a, I'm down by 40 plus in fantasy. And it's like, do I go Baker Mayfield and Mike Evans? Or do I go Nick Mullins and Zamir White? So it's like with Mullins and White, it's probably a better chance, to get to 15, 16, 17 points each. With Baker Mayfield, he could end up getting, 15 to 25 points, but he's also hurt, and he might end up throwing a bunch of picks or getting injured and getting knocked out of the game, and he might end up only getting me 10 points. So I'm kind of in this thing. It's like, yes, I'm a Bucs fan, but I'm not stupid. And then Mike Evans typically has good games with Brady or with Baker. He typically goes off. So it's like, do I play Baker and Evans? Do I just play Mike Evans over Zamir White, which I know I'll get 15 points automatically, maybe with upside of 20? Or, do I just put Mike Evans in, bench, Baker Mayfield, and then hope that Evans can get me to 25 to 30 points where he has like a blow-up game where he has 160 yards and a tutty, or maybe possibly 100 yards, 110 yards with 2 tutties. Because I'm trying to get, 20 to 30 points out of some of these positions. So that will be, the dilemma that I am in. But as of right now, I got Mullins in and Zamir White. And if I end up changing it to Baker, Mike Evans, we might end up doing that tomorrow morning. Let's go, baby. Cowboys in the building. Alan, what's good, baby? How are you? Let's go. But I picked up Tom Brady on my bench, as well as Gronk for good moral support. Mark Andrews is on my IR. I picked him up this afternoon because if I end up winning the championship, I want Mark Andrews to be a part of it. Brady and Gronk for moral support, and they're right next to Patriots D with Zeke Elliott, and I like that. You know, you got to have good moral support on your fantasy bench, especially if you're down by 40 in the fantasy playoffs. And if I end up winning the championship with this roster, it'll be pretty incredible. Nick Mullins, Vikings quarterback, Rashad White, Zamir White, Jay Jetta, Amon Ra, Sam Laporta, James Conner in the flex, hopefully gives me 40, Jets D, and Kaimi Fairbairn. So that's the only one that I got going tonight. So, hey, maybe the Colts win, but Fairbairn puts up like 17 for me in fantasy with like 4 field goals. So I don't know what kind of game that we're going to get, but maybe we'll end up getting a field goal party. And maybe the Colts win, but maybe my Texans kicker goes off in fantasy. That's what I'm hoping for. But I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. We got the Colts spinning logo. We got the Texans spinning logo. We're ready to go. This is for everything here, too. And, I know everyone assumes that the Buccaneers are going to beat the Panthers because they're the worst team in football. But if Baker gets knocked out of the game or if he can't really go, the Mike Evans fantasy, as far as, him being impactful and him being like a valuable piece, kind of goes out the window because I don't really know if Kyle Trask can really do it. And, that's like a real big crapshoot with Baker's health and then obviously getting beat up by the Saints last week. All we had to do was beat the Saints at home, and we're in the playoffs, and we couldn't even do that. And that's a big reason why I'm down 40 in fantasy going into the championship week. If they would have just took care of business with Baker, Rashad White, and Evans, I'm probably in a good driver's seat to win the championship right now. But again, do I punish the guys for not coming through last week? Am I a bandwagon guy and I play my Bucs players because I'm a Bucs fan, or do I sit them? Because I feel that might be the best thing to do, even though that would kill me. Knowing that Baker and Evans go off for 50 points on my bench and I lose the fantasy championship by trying to be conservative. But, it is what it is. We'll find out here real quick with the fantasy championships tomorrow. Football season is almost over. I know it's wild, man. It's crazy. Like we got the Natty on Monday with Michigan and Washington, and this is the final regular season week. And then we're going to obviously have the playoffs. We're going to soak those in every single matchup. And then before you know it, we're going to be talking about the draft and obviously free agency, the combine, preseason, and then we're going to have to transition into other sports like NHL and baseball to kind of get us there. So it goes by real quick, and that's why I soak in as many games as I can. I feel that I don't want to waste any moment of the college football or NFL season. I don't want to look back and say, damn it, I should have watched a few more games. And, I should have watched more highlights. I should have watched more film. I should have read more, and I feel that I put in a lot of work this year, and I'm definitely excited about this matchup. And good luck tonight with your Colts, Sarah. Should be a good one. The Texans aren't full strength. You're at home. So even though everyone is going because of CJ Stroud, because he's the better quarterback than Gardner Minshew, who is a backup, I definitely think the Colts have a chance. You know what I mean? I think the more popular quarterback is CJ Stroud. The more popular team, is going to be Houston. As far as people and NFL fans hating on the Colts or hating on the Bucs because we're like small market. But again, the Colts at home, they got a good enough team, even though they don't got AR there. Minshew is good enough to win this game. So it should go down to the wire. Hopefully, Kaimi Fairbairn hits me with 4 or 5 field goals, couple for 40 or 50. He gets me 17 in fantasy, and then the Colts end up winning. I'm not really sure what, 31-28 or something like that. But, either way, would it mean more for the Houston Texans to win this game? Probably because of C.J. Stroud's legacy. And with the Colts, they have a backup quarterback. Now, if A.R. was playing, then it would be equal for C.J. and A.R.'s legacy winning their, potential last game to get them into the playoffs. But the Colts have been a really good underdog team this year. Their defense has played pretty damn well overall. They've had some games where they've looked like shit and they haven't been able to stop the run or the pass. But if you go back and look since the AR injury, the Colts defense has actually played a little bit better than people have anticipated. And I'm definitely very excited to see what we get on the ground with Jonathan Taylor. He's almost a given to score a minimum of once in this game, possibly twice. Good chance for both running backs, Singletary and Jonathan Taylor, to hit 100 yards rushing tonight. So it should be a ground and pound kind of game, and any big plays in the air, are obviously going to be magnified in this particular matchup, especially with the Texans receivers, majority of them hurt, and we'll see if the Colts can take advantage of that. And defense wins games, defense wins championships. I'm ready for this electric matchup. Sarah probably couldn't sleep very well last night. I don't blame you. And here we are, a chance to be able to move on and win a matchup tonight. AFC South rivals to move on to the playoffs. One goes to the playoffs, the other goes to the couch. Let's go. Brandon in the building. What's good? And the AFC South and the NFC South normally are the two worst divisions in football. And the AFC South doesn't have to worry about that now. Now, the NFC South with my Tampa Bay Bucks have taken over that, but we usually flip-flop every year for being like, the worst conference in the NFL. But at some point, and it looks like with the AFC South, they're on a forward trajectory where pretty soon AR is healthy, CJ Stroud will be healthy, hopefully Trevor will be healthy, and you have three good teams, and then the Titans sitting there wondering what we're doing. And then as far as the NFC South, everyone is terrible, and we just have to wait till next year. All right, here we go. All right, Gardner, let's go. Let's get those likes up. Hopefully we can hit the goal today. We had a couple underwhelming streams the last couple days. So I'm hoping today and tomorrow we can actually get some good numbers. Good record for Gardner Minshew, 7-5. He's more than just a game manager. He can actually win you a game. I would say that he's one of the top three backups this season in the NFL. Normally a top 5 backup, but he's played good this season, and he's got this team in contention to go to the postseason, believe it or not. Mustache Minshew, baby. Shotgun set, handoff. Taylor. Good defense there by the Texans. Good stuff. And then obviously we ended up watching the matchup yesterday. Connor Bedard has a fractured jaw, which is terrible. So I assume that means he's not going to be playing in the All-Star game. And what does that mean for him coming back the rest of the year? Is he out for the rest of the year? Terrible. That was the matchup that I ended up doing last night with the live play-by-play and reactions. Halfback toss. Prayers up for Connor Bedard. Nice tackle by the Texans. Matt in the building. What's good? Yeah, this is a win or go home game. That's why it's so important. They're both 9-7, right? And whoever wins this game goes to the playoffs. The other goes home. So it's a big implications. That's why I did this game instead of the Steelers and Ravens, because the Ravens were resting all their starters. So it didn't really matter if the Ravens won or not. The Steelers needed to win to be able to put themselves to have a very slim chance if a bunch of other shit happens for them to make the playoffs, but it's not going to happen. The Steelers aren't going to make it. But that one was kind of like, meh, nothing really big. But this game, a lot of eyeballs are going to be on this game, including mine. Let's go. Matt in the building, Finley in the building, Alan in the building, Sarah in the building, Brandon in the building. What's good? Appreciate you. Shout out to everyone on Twitter/X that's watching as well. I love you, and I appreciate you very, very much. First down and 10. Shotgun set for Minshew. Good protection up front. Nice pass. There we go. Michael Pittman Jr. He's a stud. So, Sarah, what do you think? Red matchup, and it's not good for Baker, and he's injured, right? So, he obviously threw a couple picks. Those ribs are sore. The first couple practices, he didn't look too good, right? Baker has a red 2, which is the second worst matchup. He only put up 10 points last time they played Carolina at home. Mike Evans has a red 3. So, but I know even with a red 3, I know Evans can still get 10 to 30 points. It's Mike fucking Evans, Gardner, pump fake. First down, Colts. So do I go Baker and Evans? Do I go Mullins with a green matchup against a shitty Detroit defense? And I know he can throw for 300 or 400 yards. I just got to hope he doesn't throw for 2, 3, 4 picks. Last time they played, he put up 16, 17, threw 2 touchdowns and 4 picks. I can't have that. But maybe Mullins and White for the Raiders. No Josh Jacobs. Those are both green matchups. Those will probably be safe. Maybe Mullins can get me around the same amount that Baker would, but I'm just very shaky about Baker and the injury. Even though I know the Panthers are not very good, little flip pass. Because if Baker takes a hit in those ribs and he goes out in the first quarter, then I'm screwed. I lose the championship. If Mike Evans doesn't get the ball enough, I lose in the championship. So it's like I need guaranteed points, but I also need a boom factor. And Zamir White isn't going to be at 15 to 17. Mullins is probably 15 to 17. Baker, 10 to probably 19, and then Mike Evans will be 10 to 30. It could be a bad game for Baker and Mike Evans with 10 apiece, and they may lose to the Panthers, believe it or not. Or if Kyle Trask plays, or maybe he, sucks it up. He plays great. Mike Evans gets in the end zone, and then they both combine for 50, and then I win the fantasy championship. It's just, I don't know what to do. I'm very, very. Yeah, I know. I mean, I know that Tom Brady hit him with 2 or 3 touchdowns when he played in his last year. He ended up going off for the most points in fantasy for Mike Evans, almost a 30 spot a few games ago. So maybe I do Evans over Zamir White, and then I go Mullins. Maybe I go that route. I don't want to do Mullins in the fantasy championship, but I mean, all I got left is Baker, Mullins, and Tom Brady, and I can't use Tom Brady, so we'll find out what I decide to do. But I kind of like the lineup that I have now, though. It's all green except for one, right? I got green on Mullins, green on White, green on Jetta, green on Brown, Laporta neutral, green on Carter, green on Jets, and green on Fairbairn. So 8 out of 9 green and 1 neutral, no red. So that's pretty much what Reflect had last week, and he put up a 155 pretty much. So, and I put up a 110 with like all red. So I just don't trust Baker with this injury. And knowing that I say that, he'll probably go off for 25. I mean, it is the Panthers and the defense isn't good, but still, I'm very, very, very shaky. You would think Baker going against the Panthers would be a green matchup with Mike Evans, and I don't got any faith in Kyle Trask either. A little short gain for the Indianapolis Colts and Jonathan Taylor. And I know Evans is going to cook, but it's like, do I want guaranteed points or do I need to take a risk? Maybe I go Mullins and then I'll swap out Zamir White, who will get 15 to 17. Hopefully he doesn't get like 20, because that would be probably what I'm hoping that Mike Evans gets, 20 to 30. But sometimes I guess you have to take risks in fantasy, right? You got to go with your gut. 2nd down and 6. Minshew hands off. Good tackle there by the Texans. Let's go, baby. CJ Stroud. Jonathan Taylor, baby. Who's the Texan sack leader, Sarah? Will Anderson? The rookie from Bama, Roll Tide, or is it someone else? 3rd down and 4. Shotgun set, pump fake. Minshew, bootleg, floater, and complete. Receiver / running back falls down. 4th down, take the field goal. It might be a field goal party. Grenade. Because I was going to say I didn't think it was Will. I figured it'd be someone up front on their D line. Wow, what is this? 4th and 4? Are they trying to draw them off sides? They're not going to go for it. This is for a playoff berth. You don't fuck around and try to do some Dan Lanning, Chip Kelly shit right here. Steichen is the man. He ain't dumb. He just tried to draw him off sides to get an easy, automatic 1st down. And there you go. At least they had the discipline not to false start there. Field goal party. I just need it on the other side, though. Field goal is up, and it's good. 3-0 Colts. There you go, Sarah. See this replay of this 38-yarder by Gay. And it's good. 3-0. Indy. Oh, yeah, it definitely is going to be a field goal party, it feels like, and it'll probably go down to the wire. It may come down to whoever has the ball last in this game. I feel that these teams are very well matched. Now, if the Houston Texans had all their guys healthy, I would say they have the advantage. But I would say right now, I would say Indy probably has a slight advantage just because they're at home. But CJ Stroud might be the better quarterback, but we'll find out if he can, dink and doink, and he can thread the needle enough to get touchdowns instead of field goals. We'll find out real quick here. All right, Texans, your turn. I've been looking at my fantasy lineup nonstop for like 10 hours straight. I have to do the right combination. I do like Brady and Gronk on my bench. Good moral support. They're good team guys. And I got Brady right next to Patriots D on my bench as well. I got to hone into the sports gods. Yeah, but I think I'm going to go Mullins because I feel that game is going to be a shootout into like the high 20s or the 30s. I can't believe I'm saying that I'm going to go with Mullins over Baker Mayfield, but I think I might go Mike Evans over Zamir White because I already have Rashad White and James Conner. I'm not taking them out. So, all right, CJ Stroud, your turn. Let's go. Yeah, I got Brady on the fantasy team. I got to pick him up for good moral support, dude. He's on my bench. I got Gronk. I picked him up today too. Sometimes, to win a fantasy championship, you have to have good morale. And who's a good, locker room guy? Tom Brady and Gronk. So, if I already know who my starting lineup is going to be, and normally every spot is not wasted, but if I'm in the last week, I need good moral support on my bench. So I got Mark Andrews. I picked him up. I drafted him. I let him go, and I brought him back on the roster because I want him to be a part of the championship roster if I win it tomorrow. And then I got Gronk and Brady down there, Patriot D or Jets D, Patriots. And then I got Zeke, Baker, Montgomery, and Mike Evans on the bench. So, I got Mullins and I got Baker. And like I said, those are the ones that I trust the best. There's no one else on the wire. Everyone is terrible, And he picked up, Reflect picked up all the other ones that I had before I dropped them. So he's got Jalen Hurts, Derek Carr, Tyrod Taylor, and Aiden O'Connell because he's trying to block me. So I don't, and none of the matchups really are going to be that great, but I do trust Mullins more than those other guys going against the Lions defense. Vikings win. They try to get into the playoffs. Going long, going deep. Oh, touchdown, Texans. Wow. First play out of the gates. CJ Stroud. Oh, my. Nico Collins. 75-yard touchdown. Uh-oh. Sarah, that's not good. That's not good. CJ said, I'm going to go deep on your ass. And just like that, extra point is up and is good. Damn, I wish I had Nico Collins in fantasy. My goodness. I wonder if Fo King ended up playing Nico if he has him on the roster still. Like, who's got Nico Collins? Someone does. Where's Nico at? Nico Collins is on Sarah's team on the bench. Sarah's like, I got him on the bench and I put him there. 7-3 Texans. Wow. Unbelievable, huh? CJ Stroud, kind of good. We haven't had too many rookie quarterbacks that look like, you know, starters that have been in the league for quite some time, and CJ is one of them, for sure. As long as you don't give up too many of those, but not a good sign to give that up right out of the gates. First play going deep, way to test them. They're like, oh, they're just gonna run the ball with Singletary 20 to 30 times. Nah, we're gonna trick them, and we're just gonna go deep and see if they can cover or not. Wow. All right, CJ. I mean, I already had all those other quarterbacks that he, picked up because I was trying to decide, what's going to be the best option for me besides Baker, and then on the wire right now, it's like Easton Stick, Driscoll, Sam Howell. Used to be a good quarterback earlier this year, but has kind of hit the bad, and he's got Dallas with this a bad matchup. Gabbard, Huntley, Tannehill. So there's nobody to grab. But honestly, I do trust Mullins the most out of everyone. I even trust Mullins more than Carr against Atlanta's defense. Tyrod Taylor against Philly. Aiden O'Connell against Denver could get to 20 points. I had him originally, but we don't really know what's going to happen. But I would say the guys that have the best chance, to get to 20 would probably be Mullins and Aiden O'Connell. So, and Denver's defense has gotten a little bit better as of late too. So it depends if they go run heavy in that game or pass heavy. Toby in the building. What's good? Yeah, you've had some injuries with Trevor Lawrence and company. It's been a little rough, starting off at 8-3, and then going on a big nosedive. But I still think you guys have a bright future. I think the Colts, the Texans, and the Jags. Pretty soon there's going to be 3 really fun teams that are going to be healthy for many years to come, and then the Titans will be the worst one, and they may have to make a coaching change and rebuild that whole roster to catch up to the other 3. And then in the NFC South, you got Tampa and the Saints, but they still suck. And then we got the Falcons and the Panthers still, waiting to get there as well. So we'll see where it goes. Reflect in the building. What's good? How are you, brother? What's good, Reflect? I'm going all out against you in this fantasy championship, bro. I have Tom Brady and Gronk on my bench for morale. So if that gets me the championship, it's going to be because of that. Gardner Minshew, tipped, incomplete. And I got it right next to New England defense. Okay? So I got Gronk. I got Mark Andrews that I picked up because if I win the championship, I want him to be a part of it, not Patrick Mahomes. So Andrews gets my IR spot. Right, then I got Gronk, I got Brady, and then I got New England D, who's ranked number 1 this week, and I got Jets D that's ranked number 2. So, just that, trying to channel in those New England Tampa Bay vibes and those good locker room vibes that Gronk and Brady they can give the rest of my guys in the starting lineup. Oh, I'm making them, man. No one's making moves like that. I'm setting the tone, baby. But it's either going to be, Baker and Mike Evans, or maybe just Mike Evans. But I'm thinking I'm going to go Mullins because I feel that both the defenses are ass, and they're going to, probably get into the 30s or high 20s. So I feel that Baker might take one rib shot, go down, and if that happens, and then they have Trask come in, I'm screwed. And then if I'm banking on Mike Evans getting a big game, I don't know if he can have a big game with Kyle Trask. So there's a lot of risk there. It's like we should be able to beat the Panthers. We should. Even though it's on the road, but last time the Baker played the Panthers about a month ago, he only put up 10 fantasy points, and that was at home. Evans didn't get, a touchdown and put up about a 30 spot, so I could go that route. But Baker and Mike Evans, Nick Mullins and Zamir White, or possibly Nick Mullins and Mike Evans. Or maybe I just bench Mike Evans and Baker and hope that they don't combine for 50. And then I hope that Mullins and Zamir White can get me 40 to 45, and then hope that I can get the point differential makeup somewhere else. It's like, do I want the guaranteed? And there's no guarantee for Mullins getting to 17 to 20 either. I mean, he did end up throwing for 400 yards the last time they played, but he had 2 touchdowns and 4 picks. And every pick you get in fantasy is -2. So I have to be very, very careful. Yeah, of course, because I dropped him to pick up Gronk because I wasn't going to play him. And so if he ends up going off for 20 or 30, I don't want to have bad morale on my mental health looking down at my bench thinking that, oh, if I would have started Devin Singletary, I would have won the fantasy championship if he would have went off for 102 touchdowns. And then I look down at my fantasy championship chances, and I see Devin Singletary on my bench with a 25 or a 30. Not good for O-Dog's morale. So I decided to cut him before the game starts. And so that way, if he goes off, not my problem. I didn't have him, not on my team. And that would prevent you from picking him up also. That way I can have Gronk and Brady together on the bench, boosting the morale in my locker room. Smart, dude. You feel me? David in the building. What's good? Yeah. Yeah. And obviously the season's over. So, if I drop him right before the game, he's not on my bench. And I just dropped him today. So I didn't drop him yesterday. If I would have dropped him if I would have dropped him a couple days ago, then, there you go. But that's why you're not able to pick him up because I just dropped him. Now, if I would have dropped him a couple days ago, then maybe you would have been able to pick him up. So, but I just wanted to not have that, because I had a feeling that they're going to try to give him 20 to 30 carries tonight. And there is a chance that he goes off for a 20. He's done it before. I just don't want to have that bad juju, on my bench, thinking that, if I just would have played Singletary, but there's no way in hell I'm playing Singletary over Rashad White, Zamir White, James Conner, or 2 out of those 3. So, yeah. Mark Andrews, Gronk, Brady, Patriots D for morale, Zeke Elliott, Baker, Montgomery, Mike Evans. And the only player that I'm going to play off my bench is Mike Evans or Zamir White. That's going to be, do I want 8 out of 9 green, or do I want to have that Mike Evans red? Zamir White's going to get me 15 to 17 guaranteed with upside of 20 if he gets a touchdown, right? Maybe 25 if he gets 2 touchdowns, but normally it's a no touchdowns or 1. Or Mike Evans, I put him in and he gives me a low number like 10, or he could end up booming and putting up 20 to 30. So, handoff, Singletary, short game. I know you probably started salivating once you started seeing Singletary on the wire there, but of course I would have been just completely fine with him on my bench, just sitting there and whatnot. So, yeah. And like I said, Baker's ribs are really concerning for me. I know that the Panthers is a winnable game and they got shut out. But again, there could be a number of scenarios that happen where they just don't play good and the Panthers win, or the Bucks win, but they don't do a lot with Baker and Mike Evans. But Mike Evans traditionally has great games against the Panthers, with Brady and with Baker earlier in the year. So, but I'm very, very concerned about how long can Baker play, and if he does play the whole game, how well does he play? I can't have him put up a 10 and think I'm going to be able to beat you. I need him to get closer to that 20 number. Same thing with Mike Evans. I can't have you put up a 10. I have to have you put up closer to a 20 or a 30 if I need to make up the points on you. 7-3 Texans. Stroud? First down, Texans. Yeah, Deontay Johnson. Shotgun set. Stroud's delivery, as far as rookie quarterbacks, even including Trevor Lawrence from a couple years ago, if I'm looking at the throwing mechanics and the throwing motion, out of all the quarterbacks that have come out of the drafts, in the last maybe 5 years, I think CJ Stroud has the best mechanics out of any quarterback, even better than Trevor Lawrence. And that's saying something because obviously Trevor Lawrence in that draft is like, oh, Trevor and Zach Wilson and Justin Fields and Trey Lance and Mac Jones. And now you're starting to realize that all those quarterbacks suck except for Trevor, and then Justin Fields has potential, and the other three are, we assume that are dirt, right? And then obviously with this draft, AR is nice. We still have to, wait on Bryce, but I don't really like the height that he's got, and hopefully he can fight that throughout his career, being able to see over that offensive line, and hopefully the Panthers can build enough for him. Otherwise, he may have to go to his second team to be able to find success, not on the Panthers. But, I like AR, but he's kind of built more like a Cam Newton, and the throwing mechanics aren't as smooth as CJ as being a shorter quarterback. But CJ, God, he plays like an 8-year vet. He's very smooth out there. Nice tackle by the Colts. There we go. EJ, speed. I see you. Seven, 3 Texans. Couple underwhelming streams with the hockey last couple days. Hopefully we can get some goats to come in here and show some love for this game, as well as the Bills and the Dolphins tomorrow. And then we'll be doing the Natty with Washington and Michigan. I feel bad. I was supposed to go to Monday Night Raw with Preston, but with the Natties on and with all my college football coverage all year, I have to, I got to do it. I don't know why that Colts logo always likes to go to that white box. Maybe I'll have to download a different one, and hopefully that error doesn't error out like that. It's not supposed to have that white box at all. It's a glitch in the matrix. Let me get you a Minshew. The forest is the main. Nice to see those Duck players, in these alternate games, stepping up. Jordan Birch coming back, right? Jericho Johnson, 4-star Oregon D lineman, pounces on that fumble for a TD in the All-American Bowl. Love that, right? We're starting to get these players that are going to be coming over to the Ducks, and they're starting to do nice things. I love it. Then a pick six by Iffy Obadegwu in the UA All-American game. We're getting big ballers, baby. Should I put you on my fantasy roster? I got a spot. Normally, I have no wasted spots, but again, if I'm in the championship game and I already know what my roster is going to be, I got to be able to do the moral support, and I got to put guys on there that I normally never would, like Brady and Gronk, and then throwing Mark Andrews on there, and I might even throw Keenan Allen back on my team because he was a big part of my team, and I want him to be a part of the championship. So maybe I'll drop Gronk and then put in Keenan Allen, but I wanted to have people on my team that that were there. But Patrick Mahomes will not get a spot on my team if I win the championship. He screwed me. Wasn't able to use him pretty much all year. which would be pretty amazing to not have Keenan Allen, Mark Andrews, or Mahomes, three of the best in the NFL and in fantasy, and then to still be able to contend for a championship. Pretty big. Oh, baby. First down, Jonathan Taylor. There we go. Reflect with a fiver. Says he doesn't want O-Dog to eat air. He doesn't want him to sleep in the dirt. I appreciate that. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks. A little Cactus Jack. Bang, bang. $5 holla. Appreciate that. Last couple streams have been a little underwhelming on the hockey side, so that'll help us out. 95 to go to hit the goal. And then we will be doing Bills and Dolphins tomorrow night. Shotgun set. Minshew. And complete. Yes, thank you so much. We appreciate you tremendously. Yeah, no air, no dirt for your boy. Especially when I'm wearing the throwback Reebok Tampa Bay shirt. The Tampa Bay sideline equipment from the Chris Sims era, 2005. If you keep your stuff, and you take care of it, you'd be surprised on how long it can last. Shotgun set. Incomplete. Nelson to Boise. Nice. Yeah, why aren't they running the ball? I mean, if you got Jonathan Taylor and you got Devin Singletary, I know that you can throw it, but like pound the rock a little bit, right? Like you got capable running backs. You got two of the, probably top 15 running backs, that, typically if they get an opportunity, play like top 10 running backs. Minshew going deep and complete. Flag on the play. Holding on the O-line. Come on, Colts, run the ball. Listen to Sarah. You got Jonathan Taylor, damn it. I got Gronk, Brady, and Patriot D on my bench, though. I mean, that should give me a championship right there. Let's go. Megan in the building. What's good? Colts with the punt. Good return. You got 2013 Washington staff. Think about how stupid they were to not recognize the talent that they had. Slowick, LaFleur, McVay, Shanahan, McDaniels. Unbelievable. Look at that. I mean, that's like, going back with their Packers coaching tree with like Gruden and Andy Reid and all that back in the day too. That's wild. And I thought it was kind of funny that the Patriot D was right next to Brady there too. So I was like, oh, that's got to be some good juju. Might as well pick up Gronk as well. But I'll probably drop Gronk and pick up Keenan Allen in the morning because he deserves to be rostered, on my team, just like Andrews, because they were a big part. But I will not swap out Brady for Patrick Mahomes. Brady will sit right there next to that Patriots defense, and hopefully that'll give me good juju to be able to make it close against you in the championship tomorrow. Someone told me Brady's a good locker room guy, so I believe him. 7-3 Texans. Let me know what you want to do for photos, and I got you. First down, Texans. Move the chains. Zamir White or Mike Evans? That is the question. And James Conner needs to go off for 40 for me. That's not asking too much, is it? 40 points out of James Conner. That way I can make up some ground on Reflect and we can have a duel. Singletary short game. I do need Matt Payton on the fantasy team. Elliot in the building. What's good? Yeah, Zamir White's nice, man. Like I said, I had him. I dropped him because Jacobs was supposed to play. And then as soon as the report came out that Jacobs was benched, I picked him back up. Thank God. Reflected and see that because if he would have saw it and used Zamir White, that might have been the end of me. So, handoff. Singletary. Not really getting loose. Colts defense playing much better for the run defense than I anticipated. What's good, E? What's good, Elliot? My boy. If there was a way for me to put Matt Payton on my fantasy roster on the bench, I would. But there is no creative character option. Oh, false start. Cyberpunk helping out on the Twitter side on sharing. I appreciate that. Well, honestly, I'm a path though because literally I'm on the fantasy app 8 hours a day, so I'm always refreshing, looking at all the quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, tight ends, seeing if anything new pops up towards the top, based off an injury or whatnot. So I should have never let him go to begin with, but I just figured, we have to trust those reports saying that, oh, this guy's not playing. But then that was the one where I was like, when I dropped him initially, I was like, well, maybe he will play, and then, and now I'll have an opportunity to either use him or Mike Evans. End of the first quarter, 7-3 Texans. What do you want to do for photos? Oh yeah, 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 1 a.m. Of course. Oh yeah, the Cardinals are hot right now. I mean, I could definitely see the Cardinals winning that game and Connor going off for 100 plus yards and a couple touchdowns. But we'll see. 40 points for James Conner. Right, reflect. 45, 50, 50 points for James Conner. I need them fantasy points. I need to find a way. That's going to be the guy that makes up the points against me. For you. So if I'm down 40, where do I make up the 40? James Conner. So that's a single person that has to make it up for me. So fresh is so clean, clean. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, yeah. Got a good cast in it, too. Well, he's been averaging about 20, but I need more than 20. This is the championship. So, I'm going to message, James Conner on the pager, and I'm going to tell him, I need more than just, one touchdown. I might need three, maybe two on the ground and one in the air, 100 plus yards, breaking some records, going crazy, cray. I mean, I only have two guys that could potentially go off is like Evans and Connor. They have the ability to actually hit 30 to, 30 points or close to 30 points. Nick Mullins with a 30. Rashad White with a 20. Zamir White with a 20. Jetta with a 30. Amon Ra with a 20. Laporta with a 30. Connor with a 40. Jets D with a 15. And Fairbairn hopefully gets me to at least 10. Let's go. Yeah, I'll be able to throw some photos up here in a second. Oh, offsides. Howard committed to Florida. Nice. Winner clinches a playoff berth. Loser eliminated. Man in motion. Shotgun set. I mean, you guys, both teams got capable running backs. Pound the rock a little bit. I need it to be a field goal party. I was really hoping that if Fairbairn would get me like 4 field goals tonight. Fleming transferred. Second down and 2. Handoff. There we go. First down. Colts. Move the chains. Oh, nice. Heck yeah. How does he sign his name? Does he do Dave Hackstool or does he just do HAK? Does he just do Hack and that's what his autograph looks like? Handoff. Keep pumping those legs. Ten rushes, 61 yards, 6.1 average. Jonathan Taylor. Second down and 6, 7-3 Texans. Minshew. Little screen pass. I mean, you might as well use your best player besides Michael Pittman there. You want to make sure you're giving him plenty of opportunities instead of just doing random passing that's not going to be a completed pass. If you go to a screen to Taylor, if you hand the ball off, it's going to be positive. If you're going to end up going to someone other than Michael Pittman Jr., there's a chance it's going to be a drop or overthrown or underthrown. You have to be very, very calculated. Otherwise you're going to lose this game at home. Third down and 1. Pound the rock. Good defense. Yeah, 2 Colts run into each other right there. What the hell happened? Third down and 1, and that's the best play? I saw it. Doesn't really look like Dave or Hackstool. I mean, it looks like some scribbles, but I'd have to look at it closer and to see like what he actually signs, like D, and then some scribbles for the AVE, and then the hack, and then just some scribbles. I mean, everyone's signature is a little bit different. But if you would have told me that was Hack's autograph, I can't really see Dave or Hackstool on there, but maybe I have to look at it closer. Everyone's autograph is going to look a little different. I mean, the first letter looks kind of like a P, and then like a U, and then afterwards it looks like a line, like an L, and then an A, and then something that looks like an R, and then a squiggle. I mean, it's awesome, but it's like you would. I don't think anyone would be able to look at that and say, "Oh, yep, that's Dave Hackstool autograph, Buck." I don't. I mean, unless that bottom one is an H. I guess that line, but there's no line that separates, for the H to go over. But yeah, I don't know. I don't see Dave Hackstool on there, but it looks cool. Cool item. Hope you win it. See if I'll send this over. Let me see if I can break this down. All right. So is the first letter a D? So it kind of looks like a P and then a U. And then I guess the bottom line with the A would be an H, even though it's not connected, and then A, and then a squiggle and a squiggle. But it's a lot better than some of the other autographs that I've seen. I think if that line that was closer to the A was connected, then it would be like HAK, like you can kind of see it. But like I said, not everyone's autograph is going to be different based on if they kind of just do the first letter and then some squiggles, or the first couple letters and then some squiggles. That's usually how it goes. But I hope you win it. All right, like some of your posts there, Matt, on the Twitter X. Terry not getting a whole lot of yards. And I'll be able to throw up some more of the photos that you sent me of the Kraken stuff once we get into halftime or commercial break. Second down and 9, 7-3 Texans. $5, 95 to go. And then hopefully we can get to the 10 likes and then hopefully get closer to 20 before the stream is over. Mechie with the reception. Jimmy? That's a good question. Yeah, it's raining a lot here in Oregon, and we got soaked on our first walk about halfway through. But then I was kind of praying to the sports gods to have it clear up when we got to the park, and it did. And then we got to go walk around in the park a little bit without getting poured on. And then on our second walk, we got rained on a little bit. And I imagine we'll get rained on a little bit on the third one. But first down, Texans. Good old Jimmy. Yeah, I heard about Tyreek's house. Well, he's got enough money and insurance. I assume that they'll just buy another mansion. Must be nice to be Tyreek Hill. How much snow did you have at your house, Sarah? Man in motion. CJ Stroud, play action fake. Good blitz pickup. Incomplete. If we're going to get snow here in Oregon and Washington, we might not get it until like February or March. But we might end up getting, I mean, I'm not really sure what we're going to get this year. If we're going to get the 4 inches or less, or if we're going to have, 5 to 8 or 9, depending on if we actually, have. It seems like in Oregon, once every like 5 to 10 years, we have a good sized snow. And then every other year, it's only like a couple inches or just a little bit. So, shotgun set. Handoff. Singletary, short game. Megan with the 20. Oh, I will. I can't wait to look at him. I just barely got to glance at him, but I didn't get a chance to look at him just yet. Thank you for your support. You and Reflect are Seahawks kings and queens. I appreciate the two of you. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks with a little Cactus Jack, and we can look at some Kraken photos here together, and I'll be able to pull those up here in just a second. I appreciate you tremendously. You're a GOAT. You're an MVP. We love you. Same thing with Reflect. Appreciate the two of you a lot. Shotgun set. Stroud, 3rd down and 7. Close to the first down marker. 25, 75 to go. Just exciting to see the Kraken kind of turning the corner and turning the page. And as long as that, we can stay relatively healthy with this roster, it looks like, we are currently in a playoff spot if the season were to end today. And I saw that, and I know Megan sent that to me as well, and I saw it last night. But hopefully, we can just stay healthy, and we might be able to make the playoffs after, digging ourselves out of a bad hole at the beginning of the year. Proud of where this team is right now and where we're going. A flag party. I wanted it to be a field goal party. Apparently, the sports gods misheard. I said, I need Kaimi. Fair Bairn. I need 4 field goals. Apparently, he did not get the message, and I'm only at 1 point so far. Good for Reflect, not for me. Unless I get like a couple 50-yard field goals. If I get that, then that'll make up for it. I need those 5-point shots at a time. Yeah. Well, it's based off today. If the season were to end today, which we're nowhere near the end of the season, but it's just saying that, based off today and our record, based on where we were at the beginning of the year and where we're at now, we are currently in like a wild card spot. So early, but, still cool, considering better than being like, oh, look at our team. We're in the bottom 4 in the NHL, which is where we were when we started the season off. So much, much better. Now we can finally get to take a little peek at some of these other cool Kraken photos. Usually, me and Megan will share some photos back and forth on the Kraken or like videos and whatnot. Let's go over some photos. This one was cool because on Joey Decord's helmet, he actually had rookie cards or baseball cards of Seattle legends with some of the new players on there with like Julio and Cal, as well as like Griffey and Edgar and Ichiro. And then Cal actually was at the game a few games ago, and they ended up signing the helmet, which I thought was very, very cool. And then we got another one, and we'll get into some of the others here. And then the custom jersey, which I think is incredible. I would rather have it 35 based off his actual, number, but still very, very cool. Like, give me this custom jersey and his regular number 35. Joey, very clever. 24 is this guy's favorite number. Maybe he has some love for Ken Griffey Jr., but Joey's number is 35, but that still looks slick as hell. And then we'll get into some more photos for Megan that she just recently sent me too. Pretty neat. Oh, incomplete. Dodgers are front runner for Teoscar. Red Sox, Angels, Mariners still in the mix. Send Megan's stuff over here. Let me save that. That's a good hack one. Another good hack. All right, I'll send those two photos over to Sarah, and then we'll plug those in. Cool. I like those two photos. Short game. Really? So Joey first string, Philip second string, no third string. We can't have him go down back to Coachella. We're just gonna let him go. Yeah, but the Joey jersey is incredible. I mean, obviously, if it was his, I imagine the guy's a Griffey fan too, because obviously 24 is very big in Seattle. A lot of people, love the 24. Hell, my favorite number is 24, so I kind of get it. You know what I mean? But I think if I was going to do the Joe hyphen EY, Joe hyphen EY, I think I would have rather done it with his number. But obviously, he wanted to do a custom jersey, and maybe I would have done the same thing. So a little jealous. I kind of like it. Good stop there. 4th down and 2. But one of the coolest, jerseys that I thought that was like custom that I've seen from Kraken in a minute. Besides like the 420, the plug Mariner one at the All Star game, or right before the All Star game, they had that one, which was definitely comical and it was well done. And we got some nice hack, looking Dappa in the hat, all Kraken gear. And we got hack in a hat, like the cat in the hat, but much better, much cooler. Hack in the cap, hack in a hat, cat in the hat, hack in a hat. Like all the Kraken gear is just so fire, man. Color scheme is everything. Stud. Appreciate the photos. Those are cool. Big dumper, man. Dad Waterman. Yeah. No, I hear you. But I like the fact that a lot of the, and usually it's like that. You're going to get, other teams and other players from other organizations that are in the same state to show love. I think it's cool, the crossover stuff, with the Mariners and the Seahawks and the Kraken, which they should all support. And Pacific Northwest fans are some of the best fans on planet Earth, period. Or you might have been able to see what Dame did with the Adidas, because Washington is the only team that hasn't been Team Nike that has made the playoff or the championship up to this point. And Dame came through with a bunch of swag through Adidas and through him. So all the Husky players got all hooked up, Michael Penix Jr. included, all kinds of Dames, all kinds of Adidas swag and merch, which was very, very cool. First down and 10, halfback toss. Singletary, one of the better runs for him this afternoon. Can I get a field goal, please? I need a field goal party, please. Jaime Fairbairn. I need at least 2 field goals minimum, but I'm hoping 3 or 4. Come on now. O-Dog is down by too much in fantasy. It's disgusting when I look at being down by 40. Second down and 3, 7-3 Texans. Well, both teams haven't pounded the rock enough. TJ? First down, Texans. Move the chains. Like, sometimes you don't know in an NFL game what you're going to get. Like, both defenses might actually play better than people anticipate. And I think people were thinking maybe this game will get into the high 20s. But based off what we're seeing right now, it might end up being like a 2017 game at the very highest, unless things start, clicking here. Like, same thing with that Ravens and Steelers, but that weather was a big part of why the scoring was so little. But if you had Najee or Deontay Johnson in fantasy and you played them, you got points. Or Nico Collins here in this game. Hack took the fam to the Seahawks game. Awesome. And I don't know if Chief Will Chief is actually actively playing for third place. He still has McCaffrey in. Maybe he was, I know he's doing like 4 or 5 leagues and whatnot, and I beat him by 100 in the semis, but still hasn't moved McCaffrey. So if he moves McCaffrey, he might actually be able to get third place, but maybe he doesn't care about third place. I mean, obviously, if you get into the playoffs and you get eliminated, sometimes, you still care, and sometimes you're so angry you don't care anymore, But we'll see. I mean, before the game start, if he takes McCaffrey out of that spot, and we'll see if he can battle Fo King for third place. Dagger concept. Dagger concept is Reflect playing me in fantasy and scoring 150 in week 1. Dagger concept. First down, Texans. That's the Dagger concept. Nico Collins. Move the chains. Come on, Colts defense. I need a field goal, damn it. Jalen Hurts versus Nick Mullins. Let's go, Reflect. Wouldn't it be ironic if Nick Mullins goes off for like 25 points in fantasy? 30? Both quarterbacks throw for like 3 or 4 touchdowns each. Halfback toss. Singletary might have a chance to get his touchdown here. Yes, it is. That is exactly what the Dagger concept is. Fantasy-wise, second and goal. Dagger in my back. Reflect as being a fantasy god. Second and goal. Singletary diving for the touchdown. The short, 3rd and goal. Collins is cooking. Do you smell what Nico is cooking? I wish I had him. Sarah's got him, but Sarah's like, I'm not playing him. 2-minute warning. This is what I need the Texans to do for the rest of the game. Kaimi Fairbairn, field goal good, field goal good, field goal for 55, field goal for 60, field goal for 48, field goal party. Come on, baby. I need to get to 10 to 15 with Fairbairn. He's at 1. Come on. I need a field goal party. Let them know. 2x2 concept. The outside wide receiver runs a 10-yard dig. 4th outside step. And then the slot wide receiver runs a seam route. If they're cover 1, he runs straight up the field, or it's cover 2, and he bends it back in. They didn't like Beckham. Yeah, I wasn't going to let him go. I picked up all those quarterbacks that you ended up picking. The only other one that I would have considered playing was going to be Aiden, or the Raiders against the Broncos. That would be the only one. I never was going to drop Mullins. It was either going to be Baker or Mullins for me based off yards, city defense. And he threw 2 touchdown passes and had 4 picks, but he might be able to, throw for 2 and, 2 picks and 2 touchdowns, or maybe 3 touchdowns and 2 picks. And if I can get that, then, I don't think the Vikings are going to win tomorrow, but if they can make a duel back and forth and we can get into the 30s, that's going to help me out in fantasy. I just had to pick up the best, best person in my judgment, and of course, Carr's playing the Falcons D. I don't trust him. I don't trust Tyrod Taylor against the Eagles, even though the Eagles D sucks. Aiden, I do trust him, and I do trust, Mullins, because the Lions defense is bad, but every once in a while they'll play good. So we will see how good the defense will be at home. So. And also, Vikings are trying to get into the playoffs, so they'll be playing extra hard as well. So, touchdown, Texans! O-Dog can't get anything to go his way. 3rd and goal, CJ. Touchdown! Where the hell is the defense, Colts? Nobody was back there. Lead 2 points for Fairbairn. Boo! Extra point is up, and it's good. And no Hawkinson because he's injured. So there'll be more looks for Jefferson and Addison. But again, there'll be interceptions. But again, he can throw for 300 or 400 yards against Lions. The Lions defense is terrible. So that was not good. Missed blown coverage right there on that 3rd down. I can't believe that guy was that wide open. Team 3 Texans. Yikes is right. Yeah. So I'll either go with Mullins. Or, and Mullins is probably only going to get like 15 to 17 points. I hope, 20 or more would be great. But, and then Baker, you would assume could get 15 to 25, but I just don't know how those ribs are going to be and if he can play the whole game. And then if he gets knocked out and Trask gets in there, then I'm screwed. And my Mike Evans value goes down too with Kyle Trask also. So I don't know if Trask can get a touchdown pass to Evans if Baker goes out in the first quarter. I have a lot to think about tonight. Also, doing Mullins and Jay Jetta and doubling up on that could help me out too. I just like the way that this lineup sits. Mullins, White, Jefferson, Brown, Laporta, Connor, Jetski, Fairbairn. And I guess if Baker gets points, fuck it. And if Evans gets points, fuck it. As long as Evans doesn't get 30, and I leave that on the bench. You know, I can't have Zamir White get 15 and then Evans gets 30 and then I lose in the championship because of that one move. So that'll be the only move that I make. Either Zamir, you know, at the flex or Mike Evans at the flex. Guaranteed 15 to 17 out of Zamir and 10 to 30 out of Evans. You just don't know. Is it going to be a bad game with 10, a good game with 15 to 18, or an amazing game with 20 to 30? That's what I need. I need a 20 to 30 kind of game. I don't think I can get 20 to 30 out of Zamir unless he scores twice, and he normally doesn't score at all or one. So there's Taylor. $14-3 Texans. Sometimes you got to look at ceiling, you know, and you have to look at like who's got the higher ceiling. It's like David Montgomery is only going to get me 10 to 17 points, and I should have went with Connor, you know, before then. But sometimes you have to go based off trust and guys that you draft and guys that are your guys instead of picking up a guy off the wire and then taking a chance. I mean, some people can afford to take chances, but others can't. So, but I should have just went with James Conner when he started getting hot. Once you got to let him go, but there was just something in me that I had to see a few games first before I started him, and I think I've seen way too many, and then I finally decided to put him in there, but maybe too late. Should have put him in last week and the week before, but. You know, coulda, woulda, shoulda. Especially when you have the first couple games where you get like 8 points. That makes me nervous. But then those nice 20-point games are really nice. 12 men on the field for the Texans. Yeah. But even with that being said, I mean, what's the most that he's going to be able to get? Maybe 20, 21 points? Because that's what Zeke got when I used him a couple weeks ago, and he had a green 32 matchup. So I know that if and the Raiders love pounding the rock. There is no Josh Jacobs. They'll have a couple other second, third stringers behind them. So I mean, he can get 15 without being touchdown dependent. But if I need to get 20, he's going to have to hit pay dirt once or twice. If he hits touchdowns for 2 opportunities, I can get to 25, but incomplete. Yeah, but Zamir, was still at a 3, and he didn't get upgraded to be playing until just recently. So even if you would have put in the wire, I mean, I don't think you would have put in a wire for him when he was at a 3, because Zamir hasn't been sitting at 15 projected the whole time. Like he was, that for a few weeks, and then when they said that Jacobs was starting, and I dropped him, he was down to like a 3. And then they just released the information like yesterday that Jacobs was, not going to play. So I guess unless you would have done a wire for a player that was at a 3 projection, but I don't think that you would have done that. Now, if he was sitting there at a 15, I would have never got rid of him. He would have just been sitting on my bench. So, but false start again. Colts looking very sloppy at home. Hell, at this point, a field goal would be good for them. Anything to stop the bleeding right here. And that's what I'm saying. Like the wide receivers and the tight ends and the O-line need work. Even if you have AR there, yeah, they got to the 9-7 record, but besides Pittman, do you really trust anybody at wide receiver and tight end? Not really. Maybe Josh Downs when he's healthy. But you don't really have a whole lot to trust out there, game in and game out. And if you shut down Pittman, then you're screwed. You have no one to go to besides Singletary. When you're trying to stop him on the other side. So it's like you got Jonathan Taylor, you got Pittman. And if you shut down one and then the other one gets, slowed down, bogged down, who is Minshew going to go throw to get a first down? So there needs to be more weapons on the Colts for sure. And AR can use his legs to, extend plays, and Minshew doesn't really have that at this point in his career. Second down and 15, 14-3 Texans. Incomplete. Oh, you did? Yeah. Well, I normally I would have never dropped him. I just would have kept him, but I have to, I have to pull out all my bags and my trick, like putting Brady on my bench and see if I can get some good sports juju to beat you. So, whatever it takes. Oh for 5 on third down. Come on, Colts. You're playing like Jim Harbaugh out there. And of course, the field goal tries are going to come on the Colts side, not on the Texan side. Damn it. Field goal is up, and it's good. 14-6, Houston. Yeah, but at least you didn't have to go through not being able to use Patrick Mahomes, and no Keenan Allen and Mark Andrews at the end of the year. If I was able to use those three guys and they were able to play, that's a huge difference for me. Not saying that your injuries don't matter. Your injuries matter as well. But if Mahomes actually was, usable, and Andrews and Keenan Allen, didn't get fucking hurt, I mean, those are big numbers that I could get with those three guys. I mean, you could essentially, if everything goes smoothly, you could end up getting like 60, 70 out of those three guys alone. Not being able to use Keenan Allen at the end of the year was sucked. I mean, it's one thing with Mahomes being shitty all year and then Andrews going down, but I didn't anticipate, Keenan Allen and Herbert getting injured late. I thought for sure I was going to be able to use Keenan Allen, but I guess that's how the cookie crumbles in fantasy with injuries, huh? But at least both of us are, good enough to be able to find pieces on the bench to make do the best that we can. But there's just certain players that can put up 30 to 40, and other players that can't. There's just going to be players that are going to cap out at 20, and there's going to be guys that can get to 40, 50 points. And there's not a lot of those guys that are out there that can hit 40 or 50. Yeah, but Downs needs to be more consistent game in and game out. It's like he broke the rookie record, but I need to see him out on the field more often and making plays, a little bit more. But again, when AR is there, then the connection will be there and whatnot. But you still need more O line, more running, more O line, more wide receivers, more tight end, more defense. But Keenan Allen was one of those guys that was throwing up like 30s and 40s. At one point he was like the number one, number two wide receiver in the whole damn thing. So, and not being able to use Jetta, for like fucking 2 months, not using Montgomery for a month, like a lot of my key pieces that, at least I only had, I guess, what Mark Andrews was really the main one, that went to IR and whatnot. But I had Laporta, so I can't complain there. I'll start on Hutchinson. 14-6, Houston. Luck, Herbert, Newton, Winston, Stroud, huh? Yeah. But O line can always be improved, even if they're top 7. You know what I mean? You can always get more depth at guard or at tackle or improve a position that, a guy is a starter, but maybe get someone else that's better or a rookie. You never can have enough offensive lineman depth. Same thing with D line. 14-6, Houston. I don't know. What season-ending injuries have you had on your roster? Like, what are the big ones that you've had? Have you had any season-ending injuries on your roster? On any of the guys that you drafted that were big? You haven't, have you? Not like nothing. Mine has been way more difficult to navigate. 5. Yeah. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's all I have is 5. And then I put Mark Andrews on the IR because I want him to be a part of the championship if I win. So I have 6 right now. And I might drop Gronk and put in Keenan Allen because he was a big part of the team this year. He deserves to be on it if I win, but not Patrick Mahomes. Sorry, Pat. You don't deserve a spot. Tom Brady will take your spot on my team on the bench because he's better for morale. Yeah. Yeah, I don't mind taking 2, 3 defenses, 2, 3 quarterbacks, or 2 kickers from time to time. But it all depends if you have someone where you feel comfortable, like with Aubrey. Fuck, if I had an Aubrey, there would be no purpose of me trying to go through all these other damn kickers this year. This is like the first year that had to gone through like 6 fucking kickers. Because anytime I thought I had someone solid, they got fired or they started playing shitty like Maher. And being like a top 5 kicker, and then they fucking fired him. Then I had Moody, and I had to drop him because he started sucking. So I've had to bounce around a lot. But once you have a solid quarterback, like Hurts, and a solid quarterback or a kicker like Aubrey. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have had to really had to go through all these other quarterbacks and kickers if I didn't have these fucking problems. So you lucked out this year with Hurts and not having to really have a backup quarterback that often in the season, and you haven't really had to have too many kickers either. So you've been blessed there to have more depth at running back and wide receiver when you don't have to worry about positions. No, I never had Aubrey, not at all. You think if I had Aubrey, I'd let him go? Hell no. I would. I tried claiming on the wire, but also too, I'm always last on the wire. I'm always 10th. I'm always making more moves than everyone else. I never get priority. I'm always 10th on the wire every single week. So I have to work extra hard to be able to clean up all the gems that you guys leave behind, and I have to try to manufacture a super team when everyone's sleeping. Never had Aubrey, not once. If I did, I would have hung on to him for sure. I was hoping Maher and Moody would be my Aubrey, but it didn't end up working out that way. But this is probably the year that I've used the most kickers ever. Normally it's like, oh, Justin Tucker, and then I don't worry about it, But sometimes, you can't just go off name recognition anymore as kicker. It's like Carlson sucked ass this year, and he was like the number 1 kicker for the Raiders for like 3 years. And I thought it would continue, and it clearly did not. So I had to cut him. Halftime, 14-6, Texans. Never had Aubrey. Never had him. I wanted him. Fairbairn with 2 points for me in fantasy. Not good. Yeah, the year of the backup quarterback, huh? All right, let me know what we want to do for photos for Reflect and Megan. Let me know what you guys want to see, and I got you. Yeah, this has been a very weird year for sure. I've never had a year where I've had so many pieces that I couldn't count on. Jetta, Montgomery, Mahomes, Mark Andrews, Keenan Allen. All right, no problem. We're down 5. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. Reflect, the fantasy football king. Bang, bang, bang. Stacks on stacks. Racks on racks. Give me some Cactus Jack. $5 dono for the 2024 fantasy football champion for NWSF. Possibly Reflect. Looking like it. Unless I have a miracle tomorrow. Thank you, Reflect. 70 to go. Appreciate you. Let me know, Megan, what you're wanting for photos as well. If you want some Seahawks or if you want some Kraken, I imagine we can just go back and forth with a couple of those. Okay. Some maybe some new ones, you know, some stuff that we haven't seen before to give you guys some good juju. I'll go a little bit of Seahawks, a little bit of Kraken, a little bit of both for you guys. Try to find stuff that I haven't used before. DK Metcalf as an athlete. Can you tell? That's a sweet one. This one's a cool one. DK going against my Bucks when I used to wear the old jerseys. You can tell this is an old photo. The old Bucks jerseys. I got a Levante David in that jersey. DK down the sideline. Touchdown, Hawks. Continue to throw up some of these photos while we're just waiting for halftime to end. Trying to find some good stuff here for Megan as well as reflect, even though he's on his walk, and I can always throw them up again. going down the rabbit hole. What will I find? Oh, killer. We won! That's awesome. Anytime I go down the rabbit hole, you never know what I'm going to find. Me too. You don't see too many of them like that. At least photo-wise, you know, they're normally, you know, not with the attaboy. There you go. Beanie Pete. There you go. I'll throw a little Schneider in there too for all the haters. There you go. Hope you enjoyed those. Let me know if anyone else wants anything before we get back to the action. 14-6 Texans. 10 likes, 10 more to go. I got you. Yeah. All right, let's go. We're back. CJ Stroud. CJ stumbling over his own leg. Singletary. Come on, baby. I'm down by 40. Let's go. Second down at 9, 14-6 Texans. A playoff berth is on the line. Playoffs or the couch? Come on, Indy. Play some D. False start on the Texans. Hope you enjoyed those photos, Megan. Most of those I've never shown before. They got added to the Pete Carroll file. Brandon Cooks, Nico, DeAndre, Andre. No problem. You take care of me, I take care of you. Second down and 14. And we'll probably throw up some Kraken photos at some point in the stream. It's 12 noon. You know what time it is? Time for a sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. Finally, DeForest Buckner, baby. Go Ducks, baby. There you go. 8 sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. Nice job. DeForest. Third down and 21. Screen pass. Nico is strong, but not strong enough. They force a punt. All right, Minshew, your turn. CJ's drive got stifled there. It's anybody's game. Let's go. Texans with the punt. Yeah, I love Buckner too. Buckner and Armstead, coming out of Oregon, we knew they were going to be good. All right, let me go get my Snapple here real quick. All right, I'm back. I had to feed Paisley real quick. Well, the Colts need to run the football. Running the football will open up the play action just like any other team, and that'll open up the passing game. But you just, once you start dedicating pass, and you're not really using Taylor as the focal point, then they're going to catch on, and you can't really count on the, receivers and the tight ends. It has to go through Jonathan Taylor, and that has to open up, Michael Pittman Jr. You just can't throw to Michael Pittman Jr. 7 times in a row and think that it's going to work out. Like you got to be able to, have a balanced offense. First down and 10. Offensive line needs to play better for the Colts as well. I mean, they might be ranked top 7, and that's a nice top 7 offensive line blocking job. But in the first half, there wasn't very many of those. First down, Colts, move the chains. Six and a half yards per carry, but once he starts getting momentum, then they start going away from him. You got to keep feeding your bell cow. You can't have him rip off like a 9-yard gain and then like a 10-yard gain and a 7-yard gain and then to go for 4 passes in a row. Come on now. You got to give the Texans defense a little credit too, but Minshew is better than 6 points in the first half. Second down and 6, and that's a combination of Minshew underperforming and the Texans overperforming. There we go. First down, Colts. Move the chains. There we go, Minshew. There we go. There we go. Touchdown, Colts. Hey, who would have thought? All you got to do is like have better blocking up front and go to Taylor, and then you get points. Oh, baby. There we go, Sarah. That's how you do it. 49-yard touchdown by Jonathan Taylor. Not JTT, not Jonathan Taylor Thomas. We're not talking home improvement. We're talking JT. Let's go. No Justin Timberlake either. There we go. 2-point conversion is good. There we go. That's what you needed, Sarah. And the 2-point conversion. About time. Should have happened in the first half, but hell, better late than never. And it was better that it was in the third quarter early rather than the fourth quarter, and when you're in desperation mode. Much better for you, Sarah. And good conversion here with this 2-point attempt to tie it, which they didn't really need to do right here, but, you could be down by 1. That's fine. Nice jump pass by Minshew. Well, you missed an opportunity for a big catch down the sideline. Steichen doing a little Philadelphia Eagle play calling right there. I love it. Little jump pass, little Tim Tebow. Nice job. Round of applause for that. There we go. Now Sarah feels like, okay, now they're not going to get blown out. They actually have a chance to compete and win the game now. There we go. And hopefully that'll lead to a field goal party so I can get some field goals at a Fairbairn, I'm hoping. There we go. Much better. All right, let's throw up some Jonathan Taylor for Sarah. She was definitely freaking out in that first half, I know. Much better. That's the Colts football that you want to see. Nice job, Minshew. And now imagine, if you guys would have traded him and let him go. You're definitely not 9-7 right now, and the future is going to look a hell of a lot bleaker without a guy like this. Jonathan Taylors are not replaced. You're like, he wants too much money. Screw him. Let him go somewhere else. And then you start to realize, shit, you're not going to be able to get anyone on that level. So you have to sometimes pay the man. And I'm glad Irsay did, because if you don't have Jonathan Taylor, the Colts are nowhere near being 9-7, probably closer to 7-9, or maybe even closer to even lower than that, maybe 5-11, 5-12, something like that. So I see you. Nice job, Jonathan. We were waiting. He did, lead the NFL in rushing just a couple of years ago. I wouldn't say he's a top 5 back, but I would say when he's healthy, he plays like a top 5, top 10 back, and if he ends up getting enough opportunities, he can easily be a top 10 back for the rest of his career, but it all depends on the coaching, right? And I think they got the right piece in Steichen. Offensive line might have been ranked top 7 all year, but there's still holes there that could be better. And getting more wide receivers and tight ends will open it up for him also. Touchdown, Colts. Look at the jump cut. See ya. Flex on him. Is that good? Is 145 good? I would say so. I mean, like I said, can play like a top 5, top 10 back. Shit, some games he looks like he's a top 3 back, but it's all about consistency. 6th career rush TD of 40-plus yards, most in the NFL since 2020. Is that good, Sarah? Yes, it is. You don't let a guy like that walk, no matter what. Oh, $10 million a year, $15 million a year, $20 million a year. Because what are you going to do? You don't want to pay him $20 million a year. You bring in 2 guys that are getting $10 million a year, and they're nowhere near the talent level of Jonathan Taylor. Sometimes you got to be able to pay that man, and some guys are worth the money. And Jonathan Taylor is one of those guys. All right, here we go. Texans, your turn. Singletary, short gain. I mean, you have a chance to go 10-7 here, right? And obviously, if you don't have Jonathan Taylor, you're probably only winning 5-6 games a year. That's just being honest, and I think you know that too. He makes a huge difference in the roster, especially when things are getting clamped down. Like, imagine if you have a number 1 corner clamping Michael Pittman Jr. down and Downs is injured. Who the hell do you go to? You know what I mean? Like, honestly, who do you go to? Alec Pierce? Mo Alley Cox? I mean, that doesn't sound too good, There definitely needs to be more improvements there, but I love me some JT. CJ? Incomplete. Momentum has shifted. 3rd down and 8. Good game. And we'll be doing Bills-Dolphins tomorrow night at 5 as well. And I'll be watching Red Zone and watching all the matchups, hoping that I can come back on Reflect. Incomplete. That was a wasted drive there by the Texans, feeding off the Colts' emotion and the crowd. And that was one of the worst scripted play calls that you could have after a big touchdown by Jonathan Taylor. Like, what is this? Like, these are the 3 best play calls that you have? Big momentum. And now you got to see if you can score again to take the lead. Even if it's a field goal. I mean, it's momentum is everything. Where the hell am I going to get my Kaimi Fairbairn field goals from, damn it? I only have 2 points in fantasy. I can't beat Reflect with 2 points out of my kicker, damn it. Oh, big hit. Wow, got leveled. 43. Someone call 911. Damn. Blasted him. Josh Downs, where are you? I don't know. In the grass, in the dirt, in the turf. Nice job. All right, baby, show me what you got. Sarah, did the Colts have 0 primetime games this season? Did they have no primetime games all year? They were hating on the Colts this year. Jonathan Taylor gaining steam. He says, I want 200 yards, baby. This could be a 200, 250-yard game for him. $30. Let's go. Let's get to a hundo. 70 to go. No primetime games because I was looking for, some of the stuff that I've done for other primetime stuff, and I was like having to kind of do everything from the scratch. And I was like, I don't think the Colts had a primetime game because I was looking for like the logos and the spinning logos and all my folders. And then also I fucking accidentally deleted like 3,000 photos last night. So I'm gonna have to go through and do things more by hand until I build up that file again. But first down and 10. Downs in motion. Shotgun set. Oh, baby. First down, Colts. Oh, baby. Who is this man? Jonathan Taylor. First down, Colts. Move the chains. Kind of good. Can you guard him? No, you can't. Let's go. Sarah's loving this. Anytime you can get a running back that can go for 100 to 250. And remember earlier in the year how you hated him? You loved him, then you hated him, and now you love him again. I told you it wasn't smart to overreact about the money and everything. Because the things, if you get sucked into what the fucking social media and what the news tells you, a lot of times you're not going to have all of the information, and then people start turning on people for no reason. He makes too much money. He sucks. We don't need him. And then you start to realize, well, maybe we do need him, and maybe paying him any amount of money doesn't matter. And that's where we're at. So. But I know you're not the only one that started to turn their views on Taylor when that whole thing was going down. Irsay got fucking money. Don't need to be cheap. You can pay that man. And especially if you're griping about the money, it means that you don't appreciate the player and what he did for you. It's like, dude, he was the number 1 rusher just a couple years ago, and then you're acting like he's a piece of shit, like he can't play football anymore. Like he's old and he can't do it. But I think both sides now are very happy that they worked it out. White box behind. Come on, Colts. None of that white box. White box does not exist. There's an error in the matrix. He said, I am worth the money. And this guy, nah, no, you're not. Yeah, you are. They rushed for over 200. Let's go. Which I had Jonathan Taylor in fantasy. Speaking of Jonathan Taylor, who does have him in fantasy? I have to look now. Wow, Nico's got 28 on your bench. Chosen one's got Taylor on the bench. 25.6 points. Steichen, North Turner. Zach Moss, yeah. Well, hell, you don't even need Zach Moss at this point. Jonathan Taylor is a one-man band, baby. But it shows you like how bad the Eagles miss Steichen, more than Gannon, and that is the right coach for you. Like, moving forward, you will be able to go to the playoffs and you will be able to contend in the AFC South with him. I like him. I mean, hell, you don't have AR, and then you're able to get to a playoff opportunity with your backup. I mean, how many people can say that? You've had the most success with your backup quarterback probably than most teams in the NFL. Most would not be able to get to 9-7 at this point. Most would be at the 5 or 6 win range. So he definitely doubled up the wins even with the backup quarterback because of his scheme, and obviously the players stepped up too. Didn't you? Batted down. Malik Collins. Good game so far. Why can't I get a 57-yard attempt on the other side with Fairbairn? I need that. I need fantasy points. 57-yarder kick is up. And it is doink. No good. Damn. Gay just missed. That's tough. That's tough. Blue is on the ground. He can't believe it. Oh, no. Blue, check on him. Check on Blue. I mean, he got the power on it, but he's hooking, and then he doinked it. Damn, that's tough. Long field goal attempt too. We're knotted up at 14. I need 2 field goals by Fairbairn, please. 2 50s. So that way I can get to 12. I don't think that's asking too much. Please. I need this. A 50-yard field goal and a 50-yard field goal. Then boom. That's it. Nothing else. Just 2 50s. Please. 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth. Thank you very much. Hopefully he'll have another chance to make up for that. And the game could be settled by a field goal. So. All right, no problem. I appreciate you. Take care. Come on, baby. I need fantasy points. Championship. Megan and Reflect support. First down and 10. 14-14 all. 5:37 left in the third quarter. Flea flicker. CJ. Run, run, run. There we go. First down, Texans. Can I please get a field goal here before the quarter ends? Handoff. Singletary. Colts have been managing his carries pretty damn well. I figured they were going to try to give him, 20 to 25 carries tonight, but the Colts defense on the run defense really wasn't that good going into this game, and they've stepped up tremendously here at home. I mean, a lot on the line, right? You got to play better defense if you want to advance. Juju Brents. Second down and 6. Play action fake. Out of bounds. Can we get a stop here so I can get a field goal, please? Third down. Come on, Colts. Give me a stop. Reflect in the building. How was your walk, man? Rainy or not rainy? I got rained on twice today, but me and Paisley had a great time. Shotgun set, third down and 2. Incomplete. EJ Speed is done. No rain. We must have just got it here in Oregon. Paisley is a champ, though. She loves adventure, and as long as it's not like pouring down rain, and even sometimes when it is, I'll make sure I wipe her, down a little bit with my hoodie or whatever to make sure I get some of that excess rain off of her body and whatnot, and we'll keep going. Wow, what a throw and almost a great catch, but speed over the top. Oh, he got hit. Stroud. 52-yarder. What did I say? I need 2 50s. One in the third quarter, one in the fourth quarter. Kick is up, and it's good. Fantasy. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Tiny Fairbairn. I always wanted him on my fantasy team this year, but anytime I wanted to grab him off the wire, then he got hurt. Right? 51-yard attempt, 5 points for O-Dog. Bang, bang, bang. And another 50-yarder in the fourth quarter. How about that? Boom, 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 boom. 51-yard attempt on 4th down and 2. O-Dog needs fantasy points. He needs at least a 12. Kick is up. And it is good. Yeah, 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 yeah. 17-14. And it's funny because I actually just said it before you came into the room, too. I need two 50-yard field goals, one in the third, one in the fourth, so I can get to 12 points. Sports gods were like, you know what? You're right. Why don't we get you one right here? And there you go. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Now I feel better. Now I feel better. I'm cutting into that lead now. I'm coming for you. 153 to 118. I'm coming. 7. I need a one more fiver to get me to 12, baby. And then if we go to overtime, maybe even something higher. I mean, it would be really cool to go to overtime and I get a field goal and then I get like a 17 out of my kicker, huh? That would be nice. 2 more fivers on top of a fiver. Eh? Huh? 50-yard field goal in the third, a 50-yard field goal in the fourth, and a 50-yard field goal in overtime. Sound good? 17-14 Texans. Yeah. Oh, baby. And if I would have ended with a 2, then my fantasy championship chances are pretty much dead after this. So getting to 7 was big. Bump, 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 bump. I just want a chance at the dance. Give me a chance, baby. All right, Colts, your turn. Yeah. JP Crawford talked about has had a couple of interviews where he saw aliens too. He saw something in the sky and whatnot. So Pacific Northwest, we have a lot of sightings out here. Sports gods too. Sports gods love me, man. The aliens, the sports gods. I mean, supposedly we came from Orion, so I must be the star child, I guess. Minshew, we'll check down. There we go. First down, Colts. Move the chains. Sports gods love to be able to show up after words are said, and that makes me like very, very connected and happy. Like you say it, and then it happens right away. I don't even have to wait. Thank you. Pierce is like, give me the damn ball. Raider Nation in the building. Raiders. Yes, I do think that they will keep Antonio Pierce. I think it would be a mistake to try to hire someone else. I think that he has proven that he's got good chemistry. The players like him. Nice tackle by the Texans. And I would give him a year or two. You want to give him a 3-year deal, give him a year or two to see how he does. And if he underperforms, then you can fire him at that point. But I think if you give him like a 3-year deal, let him try to complete a year or two, see where it goes. And you might have, found yourself a coach at least temporarily. But based on how he has done at this point after the firing, I think that he does deserve to be that. I think he deserves to at least have a year to show what he can do, a year or two. And then if it doesn't work, fine, but at least you gave him a chance. That's what I would do. But again, I'm not running the Raiders. Oh, big hit. Oh, Michael Pittman, first down, Colts. To the Titans. Oh, I always talk to him. You kidding me? I talk to the sports gods all the time. But I mean, I talk to him every day when I stream, which is on the daily. I talk to him when I'm doing the fantasy. Sometimes you got to talk to yourself and you got to talk to the sports gods. I mean, I don't know how many ESP moments we've had, this season, but a lot. I'm not sure if the sports gods love anyone else more than me, but I'll take it. Big hit. Ow! Good thing he didn't fumble that football. Big hit. That's what happens when you put Tom Brady on your fantasy bench for morale. Good things happen. And Singletary's only at 6 points, so wouldn't have really hurt me anyways, but he could still score in the fourth quarter. Yeah, I'm surprised too. Second down and 6. Texans up by 3. 17-14. Great game. Back and forth. What defense is going to make the big play? Who's going to get the pick six? Who's going to get the interception? Who's going to get that fumble? Who's going to get that Charles Peanut Tillman punch out? That Antoine Winfield Jr. punch out? Who's going to be that team in the fourth quarter? Xavier Woods in WWE? First down, Colts. Zach Moss. So many Xavier Woods. WWE, NFL, all the Xaviers. All right, fourth quarter, 17-14 Texans. Ursay's like, I'm going to buy all the facilities so that way I can move a whale from one side of the world to the other. But I don't want to pay Jonathan Taylor. But then he did. And now you're getting the benefits from it. Let's go, baby. Good game. Third down and inches. Guess what? Go to Jonathan Taylor. We're going to the fourth quarter. It all depends if he plays fantasy or not. But I guarantee he gets 15 to 17 with upside of 20. Guaranteed. That's why I'm going to play him or Mike Evans 100%. Because I have to choose. Who has the better chance to get to 30? Mike Evans. Who's going to get a guaranteed 15 to 17 with upside of 20? Zamir. Right? Who might shit the bed? Evans. So it's like either boom and bust. This is going to be Evans. Who's guaranteed? White. And I think that he deserves the job even if they don't beat the Broncos. He's been awesome for them. The morale changed. I mean, when's the last time you saw Devontae Adams happy? Once he signed there, like the whole morale changed. Sometimes you just know when it's the right piece. I need another 50-yard field goal, please. I need 5 more points in fantasy, please. Can I get that, please? Throw up a Zach Moss for Sarah. I got my 5er in the third quarter. Now I need a 5er in the fourth quarter. You hear me, sports gods? I need 12 to catch up to reflect. I need 12. And then if you really want to do me a solid, you'll get me to 17 and they'll go to overtime and I'll get another 50-yard field goal. And if I can get 17 out of the kicker, 13 out of my defense, and I can combine for 30, I'm going to have a chance. You hear me, sports god? All right, got you. Appreciate you. Final score, 23-20. Excellent. 17 points in fantasy from the kicker. Thank you, sports gods. I mean, I do want the Colts to win for Sarah, but I need some fantasy points, baby. It's a championship. Third down and 1. Pound the rock. Pound the rock, baby. Oh for 7 on third down. That's terrible. Let's see if they give him the first down spot. Shane Steichen. I need to put up more, of him. I love coaches. Yeah, baby. That's a stud right there. Uh-oh. Colts logo went white background. Can't have that. Glitch in the matrix. Let's go. First down, Colts. Let's go. Looks like Dax. Yeah. All right, sports gods. Okay, we got a 50-yard. Oh, Jonathan Taylor going to the locker room. That's not good. Uh-oh. Maybe he has to go to the bathroom. I don't know what's going on. He's got a little bit of a limp. Uh-oh. I need a 50-yard field goal in the fourth quarter, and that'll get me to 12, and then a 50-yard field goal in overtime. Yes, I hear you. Yep, yep. Yeah, love you too. Sports gods. Reflect with a 3-year. He's like, I need to be tapped in with the sports gods. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks. A little cactus jack. $3 holla. Appreciate you. Bang, bang. Let me know what you want to do for a photo. If they go heavy to Zach Moss here. First down and 10. Defense there. Thank you so much. Hope he's okay. That could be the difference between the Colts winning the game and losing the game if Taylor doesn't come back. Not saying that Zach Moss can't do it. He's capable, but he's just not as good as Jonathan Taylor. He sees the holes, on a different level. And he's got that burst. There's a little bit more skill set out of Jonathan. Fairbairn for a field goal. 5 points in the fourth quarter. Fairbairn with a field goal. 5 points in overtime. Boom shakalaka, 17 points in fantasy against Reflect. 13 points by the Jet Ski, 30 combined. Thank you, Sports Gods. I would love 12. 17 would be great. That's the type of effort I fucking need. 19 sack lunches for TJ Watt, leads the NFL. 6 straight Pro Bowls, including 2023. He's good. All right, go to the fourth quarter. Let me know what you want to do for photos once we get into the commercial and whatnot. I got you. I assume you want all Kaimi Fairbairn photos. Field goal, field goal, field goal, field goal, field goal party. Let's go. Fairbairn has hit 16-17 quite a few times this year too, so it just depends on if he gets like 4 field goals or if he gets long ones. Yeah, but if that exact shit happens, then people are going to start being like, dude, this guy must be a type traveler. Like, how am I so right so often? I say it and then it happens right away. I mean, it's just not normal. I mean, Romo will get some ESP moments here and there, but 35-yard attempt, field goal is up, and it's good. It's a field goal party. Perfect opportunity for 2 more field goals for me, baby. Aha! Field goal up by Gay is good. Well, when you're up by 40, I need to be able to make up points as much as possible. And if that means getting 30 out of my kicker and defense, that's what I need. I shouldn't even have been down by 40 to you in that first fucking week. Being down 20, fine, but not 40. Fairbairn, field goal is good. Fairbairn, field goal is good. Fairbairn, field goal is good. Go Dogs. Go Husky. Let's go. Let's go Huskies. National champs. Pac-12, baby. All right, Texans, your turn. I'm ready for a field goal, 50-yarder. Yeah. Well, everyone's Michigan, but again, Michael Penix Jr. will probably be the best one on the field, and if he can make enough plays, they have a chance, even with that defense, He'll be able to stuff the run, and that's what they're really good at, but the passing defense, that's where you can burn them, you know what I mean? But you're still going to have to run the football somewhat to be able to keep them honest. I think the Huskies are very capable of winning it all. Like I told you, man. I'm the only one, I swear, that was on this Michael Penix Jr. train that was not a Washington Husky fan. I've been saying it for 2 years now. I feel like I know how to evaluate talent, a little bit better than most people, and I can see talent a little bit faster, I think. I can see like the light at the end of the tunnel before everyone else. And now everyone's on the Michael Penix Jr. bandwagon, but they weren't before. Trying to tell me that he wasn't even one of the best ones in the Pac-12 at quarterback. Okay, well, you didn't watch any games, so the bias for people that are in the Big Ten and the SEC and the ACC is ridiculous. Like the Washington got lucky or something. Ridiculous. I hope Huskies win it. I'm a Duck fan saying that too. I probably enjoy the win just as much as Husky fans, honestly. Oh, what a sack lunch at 12 million. You know what time it is? Combo sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. Nice. Nice sack lunch. Yeah, and I think a lot of times too, when you see like these younger Oregon fans that do like socials, they're like, "What? You know, if you root for the Huskies or anyone besides the Duck, the Ducks, like, something's fucking wrong with you. That's just immaturity and being young. Just being like, I love the Ducks, fuck everyone else. And you can appreciate greatness wherever it's at. And if it's like, we're not in it, and then Washington ends up winning it, and they'll be the team that beat Oregon by 3 twice, and they won it all. That says a lot. But again, Oregon fans only can see it through their own point of view. So, but me and Reflect can enjoy it. But he's gotten considerably better with his accuracy and going through all the NFL throws this year compared to last year. First down, Texans. Put me in position for another 50-yard field goal. Hey, Kaimi Fairbairn. He's good. Let's go. Give me that 12 in fantasy, baby. I need it. I need it. First down and 10, 17-17 all. Hell of a game. A hell of a lot better than the Steelers and the Ravens. Handoff. Singletary trying to bounce it to the outside. Where are you going? He's fighting. Flag on the play. All that effort for a hold on the O-line. Come on, Houston. Well, then, number 47. He's an idiot. Andrew Beck. The hell are you doing, Beck? Singletary. What are you at point? 6.3. Projected for 13 in a green matchup. Still has a chance to score a touchdown in this game. Schultz with the catch. Let's go, baby. You know what to do. Yeah, baby. You know what to do. CJ scrambling, gambling, throwing it up to someone's mother. Wow. Nico. Golly. First down, Texans. O-Dog, field goal points. Move the chains. Oh. God damn, Nico. Is he good? Yes. 172. Golly, Sarah should have started him in fantasy. 12 guys on the field for the Colts. Uh-oh. Nico. Nico to Fairbairn. The trifecta. CJ, Nico, Fairbairn, O-Dog. Yes, sir. No foul on the play. Come on, Tom. Give him good morale. Come on, Brady. I got you on the bench. Morale, morale, morale. We can do it. We can come back down by 40 plus. 42 points in fantasy in the championship week. We can do it. Yeah, he looks like the most seasoned vet rookie I've seen in the last 10 years. I don't know if I've seen anyone look more calm, cool, collected than CJ Stroud as a rookie. Like even more than Trevor Lawrence or anybody else in the last 5 or 10 years. Shouldn't have jumped right there. Schultz. I think Stroud's got great footwork, and he's got good vision, and he's got the confidence and the swagger. You know what I mean? But then if you look at his, spiral and the way that his throwing motion, it's smooth. Some quarterbacks when you watch them, it just looks fucked up. It just doesn't look right. Like when you watch, Trevor Simeon, or when you watch some of these other guys, it just looks fucked up. The mechanics are wrong. First down, Houston. But CJ's is very smooth. Nothing like Justin Fields. Yeah, but sometimes you need a combination of the three. You can be a short quarterback and still make it. We don't know about Bryce Young, but Russell Wilson and Drew Brees were pretty damn good for being 6 foot. Good tackle. Yeah. I mean, you want to have a good completion percentage and whatnot, you know what I mean? But you're going to need to be able to have some of those, plays where you're going off your back foot and you can still make plays, and being able to get it towards the sideline on an NFL throw. Guys that have a weak arm aren't going to be able to zip it across their body for a 15-yard out. It's just, it's going to be an interception or a pick six. But for the elite quarterbacks, they can make that throw. Sometimes it gets picked, but sometimes they make a huge first down or a huge touchdown. CJ? Wow, Nico, and a flag. Golly, this guy's good. He's trying to get 200 yards receiving. Singletary will be getting closer for his touchdown if they don't stop him here. Field goals, damn it. Fairbairn. Fantasy championship on the line. This guy's kind of good. CJ Stroud, will he be a Hall of Famer? Could be. I like him a lot. And it's nice to be able to have a quarterback come out of Ohio State that actually fucking panned out. Just like with Oregon, with Herbert, but there needs to be more coming out of Ohio State and Oregon so that way the narrative can change. There's the touchdown. Touchdown, Singletary. There's the touchdown by Singletary. Let's see how many points he's at now. Now he's at his projected number. Not on my roster, though. Doesn't hurt my feelings. I cut him before the game started. Let's see where he's at. 12.7, right on pace for his average. And he'll probably get a little bit more than that. Maybe. Nice jump cut there by Singletary. Yeah, but 12 points ain't going to win it in fantasy for anyone. You need more than that. If you're playing a running back in fantasy, you want like 15 or more for each guy that you play. Running back 1, 2, and flex, or running back 1 and 2. Look, Fairbairn! Boo! Fairbairn misses. Reflect gets a smile. Damn it! 23-17. Texans. What the fuck? You kidding me? I can't even get the 1? Son of a bitch. Only 7. That could have been 8 right there. Fairbairn. What the fuck? Bastard. Bastardo. What the fuck, bro? My fantasy is on the line. You can't even make a fucking extra point. Damn it! There's reflect right there. Here's me, and here's reflect after the extra point miss. It's all good. Hopefully, I'll have another opportunity. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Well, hopefully I can still get to 10 at least. All right, Minshew, your turn. Oh, golly. How do you not make that? I got to get to 10. Especially if you got Aubrey going against Washington. You could end up getting 10 to 17 just with Aubrey alone. I mean, it could end up being all touchdowns where you might end up with like a 5 or something like that. But I would assume you're going to have at least a field goal and then many touchdowns against Washington. So a very good chance to get the 10 to 17 points as a kicker. I need to be able to match that. Well, yeah, I mean, it depends. If you guys get all touchdowns, you could have, just a point for every extra point. It's possible, like a 4 or 5, but I would assume Washington's defense will force at least a field goal. Oh, it's not over yet. Might win the champion. It's not over yet. I got all green this week. I had all red last week, okay? It ain't over yet till the fat lady sings. She ain't singing fucking yet, okay? Someone's going to offer me for fucking 30 or 40 tomorrow, and hopefully I get 2 of them. All right, less than 6:20 to go. 23-17, Texans. Well, Reflect should win, being up by 42. But you never know. Sometimes the sports gods will make things happen. But 42 is a lot to come back from. I need 30 out of, Amon-Ra, 30 out of Laporta, 40 out of Connor, 35 out of Jetta. Mullins with a 30. Hell, Mullins with a 20. I'll take that. But I do have Tom Brady on the bench, and Reflect does not, so I do have an advantage. I got best moral support on the bench in the whole entire league. Nobody's got Tom Brady but me, so huge advantage. And I got Gronk. So they're having a good time in the locker room on my fantasy bench. Morale is high. We're good. (23-17) Texans. I just hope it's close. If I lose, I just want it to be within a couple points if possible. I don't want to lose like the fantasy championship by like 40. I want it to be close. There we go. Down. We're down. Colts through the drain. But the script is playing up to the right point here. Colts score a touchdown, go up 24-23, and then a long field goal by Fairbairn for the win, possibly. Could be a 50-yarder. I mean, I still want the Colts to win for Sarah, but I need Fairbairn, baby. Especially after that missed extra point. Now I need 5 more than ever now. All right, come on, Colts. (153 to 118). CJ Stroud got Foking 20.56 points so far. Shotgun set. Minshew. Yeah. But if I end up losing the championship and the Huskies end up winning it all, I mean, I'll be upset that I didn't win the championship, but I will be more happy for Reflect and for Michael Penix Jr. and the love I have for him. So if it's just not meant to be for me to win this year, but the Huskies win it all, fine. But I can't have Reflect beat me in the fantasy championship and Michigan win. We can't have that. So we got to make sure that we figure out Washington winning somehow. Because if I win the fantasy championship and Michigan wins the Natty, I don't know if I'd be happy with that. Michael Penix Jr., 400 yards passing on Michigan. Yeah. Malik Collins, what the hell are you doing, bro? Yeah. I mean, I told you, man, I want to rep for the Pac-12. I want to see Michael Penix Jr. succeed, and I want to see Husky fans happy. And I know I'm probably the only Duck fan that would be willing to be honest about that and say that. But and sometimes you got to have someone have success before it's your time. It wasn't our time yet, But if the Huskies can win it, that means that Oregon can win it one day too. And I don't think Duck fans see it that way. They're like, oh, it's the rival. But you got to start somewhere. And if that ends up being, USC or Washington or someone else does it before us, someone has to kick the door down for us to walk through it. And it would be cool to see the Huskies be champs by themselves, not co-champs with the U in '91. I think I might actually still have the my Washington sweatshirt. My sweatshirt that I wore when I was 9. I think I have it in the drawer here still. Reflect with a tour. He says, I don't like odd numbers, damn it. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks. Little cactus jack. Bang bang. $2 holla. Denzel Perryman is done. Yeah, and that's always been my dream, for us to be able to recruit on the defensive side. And I would rather have a top 10 D than a top 10 O. So if we can have, but if we can have both, top 5 O, top 5 D, that's when Oregon will end up, winning it. It's like you just got to keep getting the recruits, and it has to be more than just the helmets and the shoes. It's building the culture. If we're going to give Dan Lanning 10 years and we don't fire him, yeah, I think we do have a chance to be able to get a natty, There we go. He's like, get off those odd numbers. There we go. $5 holla. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks. A little cactus jack. Bang, bang. $5 holla. Appreciate you. But I think it's hilarious to be able to see all the people hopping on the Michael Penix Jr. bandwagon now. It's like, what? You just had to watch one game in the last 2 years, and then you saw them, beat Texas, and then now he's your favorite player? Fuck out of here. A lot of these fakes that are on social media and on TV and podcasts acting like they've been watching Michael Penix Jr.'s career from the beginning. Dumbasses, idiots, fugazis, fakes. Third down and 5. Shotgun set. Push! Push! Close to the first down marker. Might be a half yard short. $40. Let's get to a hundo. 60 to go. Well, they gave it to him. Hike the ball. But again, me winning the fantasy championship, right, and then Washington winning, that would be the best case scenario, right? But if I lose the fantasy championship to Reflect and Washington wins, I'll be just as happy. Now, if Michigan wins and I win the Natty, that'll be the worst because it's like, okay, I don't get to see Michael Penix Jr. win. And then, yes, I win the championship, but then it's like, I don't know, like a piece of me would feel really good coming back and winning it, but I would rather see Washington win it all. I guess it's just being selfless a little bit. And I want this championship more than anyone besides Reflect. I mean, I want this. I mean, I've been in the title game or in the top 3 every single year, and I haven't even won it in like 3 years. So it's like I'm due, but and I haven't played anyone as good as Reflect in the 7 years that we played. So that's another thing too. I'm telling you, lefties. Again, some people, can evaluate tape and you can watch the film and you watch games and you read articles, and a lot of times for me, it's not what they do on the field, it's off the field. You got a good, family atmosphere. Are you humble? Do you like film? Do you treat people the right way? Do you have everything that you need to succeed? All the intangibles with the leadership and everything else. And you check off all the boxes, and really the only thing that, like I said earlier, is injuries. If he can withstand the ACL tear and being out for the year, like with all those end of year injuries that he had, like 4 of them, that's the only thing that will derail Michael Penix Jr. from being a Pro Bowl quarterback one day in the NFL. Maybe an All Pro. I don't know if he'll ever be as good as Hall of Fame, but I think he can be better than Vic. I think he can be better than Tua. I think that he can be, you know, uh, maybe underneath Steve Young, but closer to Steve Young than any lefty that we've seen since then. If he's going to be better than Tua and Vic, so better than Tua, better than Vic. Maybe not as good as Steve Young, but close. That's what I want. Or if he ends up succeeding Steve Young or being on that Steve Young level, how cool would that be? But we need another lefty, and not only that, we need a lefty better than Tua in the NFL. Like a superstar lefty. That's what we need. Yeah. Well, you made some damn good moves yourself too. Colts needed to score a touchdown so that way I can get this Fairbairn field goal attempt. And either he makes it from 50 or he misses it. Got to get in the end zone. Can't be playing around here. But also, too, I usually make way more moves than everyone else, and that's a big reason why I take it more serious than everyone else. I'm always making 100+ moves. I'm making moves every week. I don't let anyone sit there and collect dust. I'm always, going for the hot flavor of the week, looking for that gem. I'm always shifting things around. So another stiff arm. I try to set the standard to show people how to do it. If you want to be great, you want to be considered one of the best in the world at fantasy, I'm giving you the blueprint. Well, shit. If anyone goes against you or me, like if you're in the league with us next year again, it's not going to be good for everyone else because they're going to be looking up at us. But it'll make everyone else step up and play harder because if you fucking slip, you're screwed. You got to have a top 5 draft. If you don't, you're done. 4th and 1. Run the ball. And why are we in shotgun set on 4th and 1, Colts? Just trying to bleed the clock here. That's what he's doing. And they'll probably call a timeout and then you don't need to do no tush push, or anything like that. You pound the rock, either with Moss or with Taylor, right up the gut. I think so. Yeah. Or you and me can just hoard all the running backs. You have 8, I have 8, and then no one else has any. We could do that, and then everyone else will be with second and third string guys. I bet they would love that. Everyone's RB2s in the league would be like RB3s and RB4s. People would hate us, dude. Fourth down and 1. Why are we in shotgun set, Colts? Why do you go to Goodson? And they just lost the game right there. That was the dumbest shit ever. Steichen, what are you doing, bro? You hand the ball up the gut right there. You don't throw it to a guy that doesn't get the ball that often. You don't do shotgun set on fourth down and 1. That's the first time. Steichen, what are you doing, bro? You're a good coach. You're a good play caller. That was the dumbest thing you could have done right there. Sorry, Sarah. Great coach, but terrible play call on fourth and 1. You don't go shotgun set fourth and 1 when your running game is working. Hell, even if the running game wasn't working, you run it up the gut. And if you lose the game and they stuff you, then you did what you needed to do. Unbelievable. Well, it looks like I'm not getting any more fantasy points out of my kicker. They'll be talking about that one for a long, long time. Play calling is everything. That one makes me sick. And it's like, these are NFL people. You know what I mean? Like, stop trying to, you're always trying to think the other guy, It's like analysis by paralysis. Like, paralysis by analysis. You're trying to do chess when everyone else is doing checkers, but that is not a time to get cute on fourth and 1. I get it. If you want to throw to Goodson on first down or second down and third, fine, but not when the game is on the line. Golly. And if you were going to throw that pass, why not throw it to Zach Moss there? And why Goodson? At least they have timeouts, though. And the throw was behind, so it wasn't just Goodson's fault. There was a combination of Goodson and Gardner Minshew. Obviously, if the play was completed, you'd be like, "Oh, what a brilliant play call!" Or it's like if Pete Carroll would have ran the ball with Marshawn Lynch, and they would have won the Super Bowl instead of trying to be cute with Russ to have him be the MVP and try to squeeze it in there. Because then if they get that catch, then Pete Carroll looks like a fucking genius. They had Marshawn Lynch, but they didn't go to him and they got the touchdown. It's all coulda, shoulda, woulda. But sometimes you can't be cute, and you just got to do what is the best chance percentage-wise for you to get it done. Now it's fourth down. I mean, it wasn't like it was 4th and 5, 4th and 6, 4th and 8. It was 4th and 1. How many yards rushing do they have today? Fans will not forget that. They're going to put the blame on Goodson and Minshew, but the blame also has to go to Steichen for that play call. You know what I mean? Like, you had the fan base's support up into that play. That play call, you lost people there. CJ, what a stud. Mr. Belvedere. No, he did not. That's what I'm saying. CJ Stroud is the future superstar of the NFL. Like, at some point, CJ will be a top 5 quarterback in the NFL. He'll start off as being top 10, and then he'll move his way up to top 5. There is no doubt. Well, if the Colts had AR and he never got hurt, yeah, maybe they have 10 or 11 wins. Yeah, but again, coulda, woulda, shoulda. But if he keeps playing reckless, and not taking care of his body, he's going to get hurt, and his career is going to be short lived. We talked about in preseason and thought, oh, maybe he'll get hurt in the next 5 years, not his rookie season. So, I mean, if you want to play like Cam Newton, you're going to pay the price. $23-19 with the safety with 1 second left, huh? Well, reflect, you only got 7 from Kaimi Fairbairn, which should have been an 8 with that missed extra point. So that means that I need the Jets defense to put up a 13, so that way I can at least get to 20. Look how close that division is. Titans, trash. But Texans, Jags, Colts are going to be battling it out for years to come. And that's where I hope that the Bucs, Saints, and Falcons get to. Where once we get our quarterbacks and we get our structure, that the Texans, Jag, Colts will be fun to watch, just like the Saints, Bucs, and Falcons one day. We'll see about the Panthers eventually and the Titans, but they should have not got cute there, and they would have went for passing to Michael Pittman Jr. and they would have went for the touchdown. Then maybe they would have had that 1 point lead, and maybe they win, maybe they don't. Maybe Fairbairn gets a long field goal, maybe he doesn't. Maybe he misses wide, and then they end up still winning the game. But sucks to lose that way. But again, it shows you how important play calling is and execution is in critical moments. There is no time to get cute when you're at 4th and 1. Brutal way to lose. But of course, the NFL is happy because they would rather have CJ Stroud playing than Minshew. Obviously, NFL doesn't like small market teams like the Colts in Tampa. Downs, lateral, and that is the game. Final score: Texans 23, Indianapolis Colts 19. Obviously, bigger for the Texans with their legacy and CJ Stroud, just like if AR was playing. Being able to get a playoff berth when you're a rookie is huge. Tough. Sorry, Sarah. You lost. I didn't get my points with Fairbairn, and we took a double L today. The Colts lost, and I didn't do good in fantasy with Fairbairn. Thanks a lot, NFL sports gods, but I have faith that you'll do me right tomorrow. Any photos that we want to see before I go take Paisley on a late night walk? We're going to be doing Dolphins and Bills tomorrow. I'll be watching a lot of Red Zone, and me and Reflect are going to be battling it out for the fantasy championship. More than likely, he will win, but hopefully I can get some of my green matchups to go off to make it close. Hell of an effort for Jonathan Taylor. He did everything he could. This is the future of the NFL. This is going to be a top 5 jersey seller sooner than later, there's going to be a lot of kids across the globe that are going to be wanting their CJ Stroud jersey because not only is he a winner, he's fun to watch. He's got the swagger. He's got all of the intangibles that you would want to be able to buy a jersey and root for a team like the Houston Texans. Baron, why? Hopefully they make up for it tomorrow. No, the Colts fans are not going to sleep well tonight. Reflect, anything else that you want to see before I go? Maybe some Husky photos before I dip here in a few minutes? Shows you how close the competition level is, in the college football scene as well as in the NFL. Sometimes it's just a couple just little mistakes. All right, hold on. I'm still throwing some stuff up here for you, and then we'll end it with a little Better Call Saul. You feel me? Saul Goodman. I got you, man. I got to give you some good luck and some good juju. I'm rooting for you. Best coach, best quarterback, bling, bling. Michigan going down. Saul Goodman. That's a Goodman that we want to talk about. Appreciate your support with not only you, but with Megan as well. Sarah, tough loss, but I think you kind of knew going in that it could be something like that possibly could happen. But we'll be back tomorrow, right, for the Dolphins and the Bills, as well as watching Red Zone all day. And me and Reflect, we're going to go at it for the fantasy championship. And by the time we end up doing the Sunday night game, at that point, that'll determine who is champion, or we might have already had a champion being crowned at that point. So can't wait, man. I can't wait. I just feel bad that I'm not going to be able to go to Monday Night Raw with Preston. He's probably mad at me, but, I've been doing college football all year. I can't miss the Huskies and the Wolverines. I'd be on my phone the whole time when I'm supposed to be watching Monday Night Raw, and I would just be watching the Natty instead. So it wouldn't be a good thing for me to do to not pay attention, into wrestling when you got a big – and he's not into college football, so he doesn't care. So, but I do, so – but I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys very, very much. Thank you for all the love and support. Reflect, and obviously Megan holding it down on the donos. You guys are awesome. I love you, and I appreciate you guys very, very much. And final score, Texans 23, Colts 19. And again, we'll be back live tomorrow for the Dolphins and the Bills. It should be a shootout. It should be a hell of a lot of fun. And I got one question for you. We don't talk sports like us. Your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, and I'm out. Okay.